Hello and welcome back to another lecture about the 10 essential steps for success. Today we are on lecture number 7, and it's about what does it mean for success to be systematic. What do I mean by that? First of all, I never want to mislead you in any way, shape, or form, so I want you to understand that right up front. When I say success can be systematic, it means we put it into a system. If you follow the steps, your chances of success are going to greatly increase. The better you learn it, the more you do it, the greater things can become. My name is Robert Kintai, and I'm proud once again to present this lecture to you under the 10 Essential Steps for Success. When we're done today, you're going to understand better what I mean about turning success into a system. So why don't you sit back, grab a pencil and pen or paper, take some great notes, and get ready to learn about how success can be made into a system by lecture number 7. So let's dive right into it. The first thing we need to understand is this. If you're ever going to be successful in anything, if you're following my plan, the 10 essential steps for success, or you have another plan, or you decide to make a cake, or any of these things you decide to do, consistency is always going to be your best friend. You must be consistent in what you're doing at all times. Sometimes you may even be wrong, but you're better to stay consistent until you can correct the path and get onto a different pathway, but staying consistent will help you more times than not. Let me ask you a question. How do you make a cake? Have you ever made a cake? Maybe cookies, brownies. I'm sure you've made some kind of recipe in the kitchen at one time or another, even if it's top ramen and macaroni and cheese. Let me ask you a question again. How do you make a cake? Do you randomly throw in the ingredients? Do you cook it first and then throw in some milk and then come back and take it out of the oven and let it sit and then throw in some of this or that? The answer is, I hope, is no. If not, I'm not going to be coming over to your house for macaroni and cheese. My point is that you use a recipe in order to have an outstanding cake come out, or cupcakes, brownies, cookies, filet mignon, whatever it is. There's a recipe which is a natural order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And without question, you follow that all the time. So I want you to understand that that's exactly what we're trying to create for you when it comes to success. A recipe card you pull out, you follow through on the 10 steps, and then you keep driving towards that success. Grab your success. All because you have a proven system that'll keep you organized, on track, and getting where you want to go. Repetition is the mother of all skill. I'm not the only one that says. I originally heard it from Anthony Robbins. I've now today probably heard it from about 50 people. When I first heard it, I was like, what does that mean? Repetition is the mother of all skill. I can think of this, I can think of that, but here's the point behind that. The more you practice these steps, the more you practice the 10 essential steps, the more you practice the foundational steps, it's going to teach you. You're going to be wowed by the learning capability by just repeating. Okay? Remember that cake recipe. We don't change it every time. We generally follow it. Yeah, next time we may add sprinkles. Maybe the next time we put some chocolate chips on top, or maybe some M&Ms, right? We might play around with some things, right? But we generally pull up that recipe card and we go to work. Same thing here with the 10 essential steps for success, because repetition is always going to be the mother of all skill. And next to consistency, this is your other best friend, is repetition. Listen here, never be afraid to perfect, and let me tell you why. You're never going to perfect. I said it. Never, ever, ever are you going to be able to perfect. But it's that pursuit of perfection that leads you to excellence. And excellence is pretty dang good, and I'll take that. And I hope you will too. So don't be afraid to fine-tune, get better. Sometimes I've recreated these videos 3, 4, 5 times. And you might think it's because so I don't stutter or this and that, but it has nothing to do with that. I want to make sure I'm delivering the right content, I'm hitting the right buttons, I'm punching things through to really get your attention. So sometimes 2, 3, 4, 5 times I've made these videos. I'm not afraid to be perfect. I know I'm not going to be, but that pursuit is what's helping me. What is hard work in this system? It means that you're going to grind on this thing for a while. And now that might be 2, 3, 4 hard days straight, 8 hours a day. I don't know. You may take it out over a couple weeks to a month. You may take it for the next 6 months, depending on how you want to go about things. But in order to get good at this system, you're going to have to put in the hard work. There's no such thing as the lotto, striking it rich. easy money, easy street, right? Be a billionaire overnight. None of those things are true. Anything that's worth anything is worth working hard for. And if you're lazy, then this isn't your system. I didn't create a system that you didn't have to do work in. I created a system for you to work in so you can achieve your goals. So how does the system mix well with your daily life, with everything that you want to accomplish? Well, give it a try. As we get into these 10 steps and you finally get through the 10 steps and you learn them, and you take all these foundational pieces that we're teaching you, watch and see how well they mix with your regular life. And then watch and see how well they help you obtain your excellent life, right? So no matter where you're at in the whole mix, the system mixes well with everything you're trying to accomplish. It will not hold you back. It will not cause you problems. It will not make you look, stupid or weird or anything else. Okay? The system mixes well with the rest of your daily life and then some. I just said it. Anything worth doing is never going to be easy until you make it. Easy becomes repetition, right? Consistency. Learning and understanding what you're doing. That's how you're going to make this thing work for you the best and the easiest. Here's another question for you. Yes, I ask a lot of questions and I'm never going to stop, and I hope you won't either. Can anyone be successful? I mean, think about that for a moment. Are you able to be successful in anything you want? Here's another question in that same area. How many people can be successful at saving $1,000? Can everybody save $1,000? Absolutely is the answer. Anyone can be successful. Will everyone be successful? That's the tough answer, because I have to tell you, no. Some people just refuse to follow, to be coachable, to learn new ways, to be disciplined. So that's what's holding people back. I don't believe in luck. And if I do, the only luck there is the luck that you make. And you make that luck by constantly putting yourself into position to win, to succeed. So you can be successful because you're going to follow through on what I'm teaching you, and you're going to learn it for yourself, and then you're going to drive it home, and you're going to get what you need. I know that. I'm confident. So then you might say, so why are so many of my friends and family ordinarily, professionally and personally? It's a good question. Sometimes it's hard to ask, and you definitely can't go ask your neighbor, why are you so ordinary? Why do you have a car that's 10 years old and another one that's 12 years old? Why have you never painted the outside of your house since you've lived here in 15 years? Some people just are afraid of being, believe this or not, I'm going to say this, successful. They think it's too hard. It's too much work. They don't want to put in this extra time after work on the 10 essential steps to learn it. If they can't just do it, then forget it. It's not worth it. I know, it's hard to believe. The other thing is people sabotage themselves all the time, personally and professionally. Personally, people think that you can separate who you are as a person and who you are professionally. I don't know. Every day I went into the office, I brought me along. Every business I've ever built, yep, there I was. So you got to understand that wherever you are, that's who you are. That's who you're going to take with you. So you might as well work on perfecting some of these things. And you might as well question, why is Bill next door so ordinary? Why is your Aunt Barb so, the way she is? Why is this person that way, this person that way? Well, you're going to find the answers if you ask those questions. I promise you, and I guarantee you. Let me ask you a real good question. What would it mean to be successful in your life? How would it change it? How would it mean for you to finally save up, get your credit right, and get that house you've been wanting? What would that do for your life? What about if you finally got that upper management position you've been searching for 5, 10 years with your company? How would that look? Well, with the 10 essential steps, you can start seeing more and more of that in your life. The sky's the limit, seriously. Work on one thing, work on 50 things. This system and your hard work and your skill can make it happen, I promise you. Don't doubt yourself. Don't put yourself down. Don't be a naysayer. Don't listen to your friends tell you that it's too hard to do what you're doing. You just go for it. Once you realize you can be successful, now what? Well, once you've learned you can be successful, go be successful some more. And again and again and again. Repeat rinse, repeat rinse, repeat rinse. Just keep going at it. Don't back off. Don't sit back on your heels. Don't get comfortable because you accomplished a couple goals in one of your dreams. I know if you have one dream, you got to have 3, 4, 5. So let's go after all of them. Let's just do it systematically. Don't try and go after 5 things at once. Let's go after 1 or 2 at a time. Get those things somewhere or accomplished, then let's go back and grab a third one. Either way, you can be successful, and that's what you're going to be from now on. Successful, repeat, successful, and so on and so forth. Well, kind of short and sweet, but that's the way I like them sometimes. This lesson really, is about teaching you to understand why you can turn success, into a system, into a systematic approach, so that you can go after and get whatever it is you desire. No fluff, all goodness, as I promise to never waste your time.